Listen, Jimmy. One of us has to try and break through. We won't make it if we stay together.
You're right, but how do we decide who goes and who stays?
Coin toss. As fate wants it, I've got a coin in my pocket. What a coincidence.
Nice try, Cheatermeister. That's a fake coin. You better take mine.
Be my guest.
Okay, heads, I stay. Tails, you go.
Alright, sounds fair. Whoa! Yeah, the Buddymeister is stupid. I get it. I think it's better if I call heads and tails.
Fine.
Heads, I go. Tails, you stay.
Alright then.
लोगों को आते हैं तो नजर हम अगर देखो तो नहीं अरे हो जुदा या खफा है खुदा है दुआ ऐसा हो नहीं
Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage.
And I'm Deniz, the Buddymeister.
And by now we have been reviewing Indian movies for more than 4 years and have done about 300 videos. There are still so many more classics that we haven't seen so far, but I'm very happy that we can finally cross another one from our list, because Sholay is definitely among the biggest ones of all time.
Oh yes, Sholay, which can be translated to Embers or Flames, is a Hindi language action-adventure that was released in 1975. It was written by Salim Javed and directed by Ramesh Sippy. The story revolves around two criminals, Viru, played by Dharmendra, and Jai, played by Amitabh Bachchan, who are hired by the retired police officer Thakur, played by Sanjeev Kumar, to capture the ruthless dacoit Gabbar Singh, played by Amjad Khan, who terrorizes a small village. And what can I say? This movie has epic written all over it. From the production, the sets, the stunts, to the cinematography, the runtime of course, the magnitude of the story.
Yes, the story is very much inspired by Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai or its American remake The Magnificent Seven. This small village that needs protection from oppressive bandits. Only that this time around it's not 7 heroes or anti-heroes who come to the rescue, but just 2, Viru and Jai.
This Western vibe can be felt throughout the whole film. It's not without reason that Sholay is classified as a dacoit Western. Some critics also called it a curry Western, like Italian Westerns are known as spaghetti Westerns.
Sholay received all kinds of accolades over the years. It was declared Film of the Millennium by BBC India in 1999, it topped the British Film Institute's list of best Indian movies of all time, it was included in Time magazine's Best of Bollywood list, and it of course inspired so many other films and spawned the genre of the curry Western. Because of this huge impact, the BBC also described Sholay as the Star Wars of Bollywood.
It's a very nice mixture of West and East. These Italo-Western influences on one side and the uniquely Indian ingredients on the other side. It's also a true masala film that has a little bit of everything. Excitement, romance, comedy, action, song and dances.
It's just so much fun. Right from the beginning you can feel the size and scope of this almost 200-minute long adventure. And I have to say that I was quite surprised by the quality of the action scenes. After the beautiful opening credits, we are right in the middle of this tense, exciting train robbery, and the filmmaking is great. The background music is gripping, the stunts are nice, but especially the cinematography is really impressive and expressive, with so many strong compositions and immersive camera angles.
Yeah, this classic man on a mission story, and these characters who pass through ups and downs, who dream of a different life, who in some cases have a terrible past, really call for grand gestures and grand compositions and epic drama.
And this movie has so many iconic dialogues that are still used by many people today. Of course, unfortunately, this is always an aspect that's pretty much lost in translation for us. But the great cast that's mainly consisting of Dharmendra, Amitabh, Sanjeev Kumar and Amjad Khan make a major contribution to the fact that we are still totally in it and get what's at stake here.
They are awesome and they kind of take turns in stealing the show from each other, because this movie is filled with so many fantastic scenes and jaw-dropping sequences. The train robbery at the beginning, the Holi festival song and dance sequence, the attack on the village, the forced dance by Hema Malini's Basanti in Gabbar Singh's camp, to name only a few.
The flashback in which we learn about what happened to Thakur's family is one of the absolute highlights of the film. It is very much influenced by the family massacre in Sergio Leone's classic western Once Upon a Time in the West. It is very intense, and I liked how they used freeze frames as a means to express that a life has been taken.
It's surprisingly brutal and bloody as well, and that scene, besides many others, cements Gabbar Singh as this ruthless, unpredictable, crazy and therefore iconic villain. He loves competing with Thakur and Viru and Jai, and that makes him so very dangerous. dangerous.
He really is the Darth Vader of this movie.
Yeah, he also has his own musical motif, which I loved. This frightening, elongated string sound, which makes him appear even more dangerous.
The music by R.D. Burman is stunning. Lush, action-packed, with clear references to Ennio Morricone, but always able to stand on its own.
And with beautiful themes that underscore the quieter moments as well. Moments full of longing and desire. Wonderful.
Yes, now, as you know, Sholay runs for about 200 minutes. For my own taste, that's definitely a bit too long. I of course completely understand that this was normal back then and that people expected their entertainment to be this long, but I couldn't help and feel the length from time to time.
Surprisingly, I didn't have much problems with the runtime. I didn't feel it as much as you did, and there isn't much in the movie that I didn't like. I was really into it. I think there are 3 things that felt a bit odd to me. 2 of them I can totally live with, they are not really a problem, but one of them I definitely could have done without. And that's this whole prison flashback sequence in the first act. It's too long, it's not that funny, and it doesn't give the movie any kind of additional value.
I think the humor is the element that worked the least for me. I love the banter between Virdo and Jai, the chemistry between Dharmendra and Amitabh is great, but some comedic bits just didn't land for me, and some of it is certainly due to the language barrier. And I wasn't a big fan of the whole prison flashback either. Their plan to spread wrong escape information was funny, but I thought Asrani as this Hitler/Charlie Chaplin impression jailer was just too silly and cheap. I didn't laugh once.
That's what I'm saying. It of course doesn't really reduce the overall spectacle that Sholay is and the grandeur that Sholay exudes, but I hated that whole prison stuff nonetheless.
Yeah, but what are the other 2 things that felt odd?
Well, one thing is this slight disparity between being in danger and chilling out as if nothing could ever happen. Everybody knows that Gabar and his goons could come every minute, so I'm wondering why Viru and Jai chill out by the lake, for example. But I know it's a movie, a masala movie, so it's totally fine. The other thing is Thakur's armless fight against Gabar at the end, which seemed a tiny little bit silly. But that was compensated by the rawness and because you really could feel Thakur's fury.
I agree. I don't know if it's still considered spoilers when we talk about the ending.
I don't think so. Every Indian person has seen Sholay at least 50 times, I swear.
You're probably right. The film actually had a different ending in which Thakur does indeed kill Gabar, but that ending was not approved by the Indian censor board and so they had to change it. But since then, the original ending has been restored in the director's cut.
So we watched the censored version.
Yes.
And by the way, did we also watch the 2D version of the 3D version that was released in 2014?
Again, yes.
The same version that had the whole aspect ratio changed from the original without us even noticing it?
Unfortunately, another yes.
Great. So what would we say in German about Sholay?
Grandios, gewaltig, ikonisch, monumental. Sholay ist das indische Epos, das jeder gesehen haben muss. I give Sholay 8 out of 10. It's more like 7.7, but I don't do that.
For me, it's 9 out of 10. It's more like 8.5, but I don't do that either. Did you know that there actually was a dacoit named Gabbar Singh Gujar around the city of Gwalior in the 1950s? Reports say that he used to cut off the noses and ears of policemen.
That's bang out of order, buddy.
Sorry. Did you know that Dharmendra would pay the light boys to spoil his scenes with Hema Malini so that retakes would be required?
That's better. Didn't know that. So, what are your thoughts about Sholay? Leave a comment and hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd and also on Patreon simply at the Jimmy Cage.
And you can hit me up on Twitter at the Buddymeister.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for all we have to tell.